Tamara from Razzle Dazzle Live. It's been a minute since I went live. So sorry. I was meaning to go live and make this Thanksgiving series as I was putting out all these Thanksgiving recipes. And I slipped up and got busy just cooking. So we're here now. Today I'm making macaroni and cheese, the most controversial recipe on the planet. That is what I'm making today. I'm gonna ask you guys. I'm asking, do you put eggs in your mac and cheese? I think that's the #1 question everybody wants to know. Do you put eggs in your mac and cheese? I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care if it has eggs or not. As long as the mac is macking, listen. As long as the mac is macking, as long as the cheese is cheesing, I'm gonna eat it. That's how I feel about mac and cheese. But today I'm making a roux-based mac and cheese. I'm not putting egg in it. I have made mac and cheese with the egg in it. This one is going to be roux-based. There's actually a scientific reason why roux-based works, but I'm not gonna get into all that with y'all. So I'm just recording this one for the gram and for shorts, for YouTube shorts, because I already have this recipe on my website for Southern Baked Mac and Cheese. So we're just going to finish recording this. And I thought I would bring y'all along with me. So we're already boiling up our pasta back here. We're using shells today. And I think they're done because I don't want to cook the pasta all the way. I just want to cook it until it's al dente. So I'm actually going to go ahead and drain the pasta. Let's drain it. Let's drain the pasta. Okay, our pasta has been boiling for about 10 minutes, so we are going to go ahead and drain off all of the water so that it doesn't overcook, because like I said, it will continue the cooking process in the oven. All right. Let's get this water drained off. What y'all up to today? Let me know, let me know. I know everybody's probably at work. If you're watching this replay, happy holidays. I hope this mac and cheese recipe helps you. You can adorn your Thanksgiving tables with some of my yummy recipes. I put out a ham recipe like, I don't know, a few days ago, and it's doing numbers. So if you haven't seen it yet, go check out my website. Or go check out my page, because that ham recipe is going crazy. All right, y'all, we are making mac and cheese today. So I just drained the pasta. And we are going to shred up this cheese. 4 cheeses. We have a smoked Gouda. Let's see. Let me hit record on all my cameras. Okay, we are going to use 4 different cheeses for the mac and cheese. We have a smoked Gouda. If you're going for a smoky flavor, use smoked Gouda. If you don't want that smoky flavor, definitely leave it out. We have a sharp cheddar. I love using sharp cheddar in my mac and cheese. It adds a nice little layer of flavor that you can't get from any other cheese. We also have a Colby Jack cheese. This is a really mild cheese, and it's perfect for a cheese pull for your mac and cheese, and it's also a really nice tanginess. Then we have the all-controversial Velveeta. I personally love using Velveeta in my mac and cheese because it gives it a creaminess that I can't seem to get with any other cheese. I have made my mac and cheese without Velveeta, and I just can't achieve that same creaminess. You can use American cheese. It kind of gives you the same texture. But me personally, I love the Velveeta. So give it a try. Don't knock it until you try it. You might love it too. All right. We are gonna do some shredding. Shred, shred. Let's go. What y'all up to today? Are you at work? Let me know, let me know. Okay, one thing you have to keep in mind when you are making anything with cheese is you want to use packaged cheese. You want to use fresh cheese. I hate to call it fresh because it's still from the grocery store, but you don't want to use pre-shredded cheddar cheese. You want to shred it yourself. The store-bought cheddar cheese that you buy that's already pre-shredded has a coating over it that doesn't melt well. So to get that nice melt on your cheese, you have to shred it yourself. I don't make the rules. I just try to abide by them. So go ahead and get you a nifty little cheese shredder and shred your cheese. Take the extra time and shred it. This is the sharp cheddar that we're shredding first. I could make this thing stick to the counter so it doesn't move around, but why not make my life a little bit more difficult? And I'm just gonna put all of this in the same bowl because I'm gonna end up making a cheese sauce. Like I said, we're making a roux here. And that roux is going to be added to our macaroni and cheese. And then we're going to separate and use some of the cheese for the topping, because we want to get a nice cheese pull. A nice gooey gooey mac and cheese. Let's go put some muscle in it. Make sure I turn that off. This is my first time using this cheese grater, y'all. The jury's out. Don't know if I like it. The cheese is getting stuck. So I don't know if I like it. Look at that. No bueno. No bueno, no bueno. So all those people on TikTok shop that are talking about how amazing this cheese grater is, they might have lied, y'all. They might have lied. That's crazy. That's crazy. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. You know what I'm about to do? Pull out my hand grater, because this is nonsense. I also have a food processor that I could use, but that's crazy. I mean, it's still shredded nicely, but why'd it get stuck like that? Do y'all have one of these? Or you use the old school grater? The hand grater? We'll try one more time. And then another thing about this is I feel like it's more dishes. And I don't like dishes. So I don't know how I feel about this, but we'll try again. Maybe it was user error. Maybe it was user error. Let's try one more time. Okay. Let's lock it. Okay, lock. It didn't lock, but whatever. Okay, that's better. Maybe I need to like shake it out after each time. Maybe that was the problem. I feel like just old school kitchen gadgets always work better. I'm sitting here getting influenced by TikTok and buying gadgets. Should have just stuck with what I know. It is quicker though. I will say that. It's much faster. than using a hand grater. Okay, so that's the trick. Dump it out. Grate the cheese, dump it out. That's what I'll do. Okay, I'm gonna hit record again, y'all. Perfecto. Alrighty, so we have about 4 cups of cheese here so far. We cooked a pound of pasta, so this is the perfect amount of cheese. Once you make your cheese sauce and you have your leftover cheese, it's gonna be perfect because you want to have the cheese to put over the top so you have that nice crusty layer once we put it under the broiler. Yay. What y'all doing? You guys are so quiet. What's today, Tuesday or Wednesday? Tuesday. My days have been so mixed up. Okay, we have Colby Jack, we have sharp cheddar, and now I am shredding some smoked Gouda. Smoked Gouda. This one's gonna be tricky. There we go. Okay, I just had to get the hang of it. When I first started using it, all my cheese was getting stuck, but I think the key is you have to tip it over and make sure your cheese is coming out. Make sure the cheese is getting in the bowl. So the cheese grater it's a win-win. Because all this cheese grating, if I use my manual grater, it would have taken me a while. If you're just tuning in, I'm making mac and cheese. The oh so controversial mac and cheese. Everybody likes to argue, egg or no egg. There's no right or wrong way, in my opinion. I truly do not care if there's an egg in my mac and cheese, as long as I can't taste it. If I taste the egg in my mac and cheese, we're fighting. For real. That's nasty. Because that means you didn't do something right. That means you made a custard or a pie or something. But everybody argues about it. They say, an egg has to go in the mac and cheese, or egg doesn't belong in the mac and cheese. I don't care as long as the mac is macking. As long as it's good. As long as it's cheesy, I don't care. But today we're making one without the egg. We're just making a roux. So I'm gonna show y'all how to do that, because to me, it's super simple, it's foolproof. And my family requests this mac and cheese all the time. Probably like once a week, I get a request for this mac and cheese. So I'm showing you guys how it's done. There's so many mac and cheese recipes out there. You cannot go wrong this Thanksgiving if you bring this one to the table. I promise. I promise, I promise. So if you're in charge of mac duty, you can take this one. You won't be fired from the mac and cheese committee. They'll embrace you with open arms. Alrighty. Let's hit record. Alrighty, so we have taken our pasta off of the stove. We've drained the water out of it. It's just al dente. That means it's not cooked all the way, so it has a little bite to it. That's exactly what al dente means. It means the bite. So it has just a little bite. I'm gonna go ahead and pour it in a bowl. That way it can kind of cool down, stop the cooking process. And I wanna use this pot to make our roux, to make our cheese sauce for the mac and cheese. Bingo. Hey y'all. What are y'all doing? Talk to me, talk to me. Keep me company while I'm in this kitchen. So I don't go crazy. Are you cooking for Thanksgiving? Let me know if you're cooking for Thanksgiving. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. What you know about me? All right, so we are going to make the roux for our mac and cheese. We have about 4 tablespoons of butter here. I'm actually going to grab 1 more stick of butter because I usually like to use 6 tablespoons of butter total. So let me grab 1 more stick. I'll be right back. We're making mac and cheese, y'all. What it do, what it do. Mac and cheese, mac and cheese. Alrighty, I'm gonna hit record. I'm making a video. So if you see me recording and talking to myself, that's what I'm doing. All right, y'all, so we have about 6 tablespoons of butter here. Just add it to your pot. We're gonna melt it down. Like I said, we're making a roux for this mac and cheese. So you're gonna melt your butter down, and then we are going to add some flour. Then we're gonna add our heavy cream, our milk, and our cheese. That's how you make a roux and a cheese sauce. A good angle on this camera. You know, one thing that drives me a little bit crazy is when people add like fried chicken seasoning to their mac and cheese. So they put in garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, seasoned salt, Cajun powder, Tony Chachere's, like, I just don't think that mac and cheese needs all that. I've had really good mac and cheese that's seasoned well that just has salt and pepper. That's really all it takes. If you were here earlier, you saw that I seasoned my pasta with chicken bouillon. That adds a really nice layer of flavor. So for my mac and cheese, I'm using salt and pepper. And if you know anything about cheese, it is already very salty, so you really don't need fried chicken seasonings. You don't need garlic powder, onion powder. You can use it. It's not gonna hurt. It's gonna taste delicious. You just don't need it. You don't need it. So we're trying something new today. We're gonna skip all that. We're gonna use good old salt y pimiento. Salt and pepper. Like I said, this one is going to get you through. It's gonna get you through. That's what it's gonna do. All right. It is the perfect recipe for the holidays. I'm telling you right now. just want this to melt down. Then we are going to add our flour. Okay. Alrighty, now that your butter has melted down and it's starting to bubble just a little bit, you're going to go ahead and add in your flour. Just sprinkle in about a quarter cup or so at a time. And you want to stir it in until the flour absorbs all of the butter. And this is how you make a roux. And you just want to make a light roux. Basically a blonde roux. You're not making a dark roux because we're not making gumbo. If you let it cook too long, it's going to get dark, and that's no bueno. That's not good, because then it's going to change the flavor and the color of your macaroni and cheese. Just cook it down for about a minute, stirring frequently, just to get that flour taste out. Like I said, you don't want to overcook it and you don't want to brown your flour. And after a minute, we're going to add in our heavy creams and our milk and our cheeses. Let me know, let me know, let me know. Y'all, my fire done went out. Ain't that crazy? My fire went out. Whole time is probably a good thing, because I would have burnt that flour if that fire wouldn't have went out. So that's probably a good thing. Look at God looking out for me. All right. Alrighty, let me fix this camera. Fix thy camera. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see what this one's looking like. I can actually scoop this camera up now because it's not going to be in frame. Okay. Alrighty. Now that your flour Now that your flour has cooked down and you got that flour taste off, it is time to add in your heavy cream. Just slowly stir it in. And you're gonna get it mixed in until that flour is blended in perfectly and you have no more clumps. It's gonna get pretty thick. So we're gonna go back and add in some milk as well, just to thin it out a bit. Perfecto. All right, we have about 1.5 cups of milk. That's hot. Alrighty, now that the flour has blended in perfectly, it's mixed in with that heavy cream, we're going to start adding in our cheeses. We're going to start with our American cheese. Just gently add it in there. You can see our sauce isn't too thick yet. If it starts to get too thick, we're going to start adding in some of that milk, which this cheese is going to thicken it up a lot. So we'll start gradually adding in that milk as we need to. Just keep stirring, let the cheese melt in. This takes a little bit of patience. You want to stir it constantly because you don't want anything to stick to the bottom. The cheese sauce will burn, and it will burn very quick, so don't walk away from the stove. Said don't walk away, and I walked away, y'all, because I need a backlight. I'm looking at my lights on my camera as I'm shooting, and I have a really bad shadow in this pan, so I need this light to get rid of this shadow in my pan back here. I keep these lights all over my house. It's kind of crazy. My house is crazy. So much better. Oh my goodness. Bingo. And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. Perfect. Okay. Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? I froze, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I need to put my phone on D&D when I go on live because people are so aggy. So aggy. I don't know if y'all heard me say I had to go grab another light because I had this really bad shadow right here. Let me move you so you can see what I'm doing instead of seeing my cameras. There we go. I had this really, really, really bad shadow in my pan, so I had to step away and go get this light because I have a light. Oh, I have a light in front of me and I have a light here now, so now I don't have this horrible shadow. Yeah, that's what I had to step away and do for 2 seconds. So a backlight, a front light, no more shadow. Shadow be gone. All right, we're getting really thick. The sauce is getting thick, 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 thick. Thickety, thick, thick, thick. Mac and cheese takes a lot of patience. It's really just making this cheese sauce. Like I said, a lot of people like to make a custard. If you saw my poll, please vote. Let me know, do you put egg in your mac and cheese? Because like I told you, I don't care. I don't judge. I'm not one of those that's no egg. I don't care. As long as the mac is macking, as long as it tastes good, do you. I just better not taste the egg. But if you make a custard, you pretty much skip this part and you just add all your cheeses and your custard and then you bake it. And that's probably why our grannies and stuff did that, because they want to skip all this extra work and get out the kitchen, and I don't blame them. Okay, as you can see, our sauce is getting really thick. It's getting very thick. So once we get to this point and it starts to thicken up a lot, you're gonna start adding in some milk because we don't want it to get too thick. Then we're also gonna start adding in some of our cheeses. Just add in by the handful, about 2 cups. We want to keep a lot of that cheese for the actual mac and cheese when we're putting it into our baking dish for the oven. I'm gonna go ahead and add in the rest of this milk. And our sauce is just about done. This is gonna be the cheese sauce for our Mackety Mac Mac. Just continue stirring it for about 5 more minutes or so until that cheese is nice and melty. And then we're gonna remove it from the stove and we're going to layer our mac and cheese to put it in the oven. I'm gonna lose a lot of people because I'm not putting fried chicken seasonings in my mac and cheese. I'm putting salt and pepper. I'm keeping it old school, OG style, okay? We're putting salt and we're putting pepper. That's what we're gonna do. But y'all do you. If you want onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, Cajun seasoning, seasoning salt, chicken bouillon, all that. Y'all do all that. It don't matter. Do what makes you happy and makes your heart sing. Season your mac and cheese how you want to season it. But I'm going to do salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. Let me move this camera out of the way. Move y'all back. I used to have a videographer that would come over and help me record, and I miss her so much. So much. Because the worst part is having to do all this like moving of the camera. It sucks. But we get it done. We gets it done. We do, we get it done. This cheese sauce is taking forever. I just need the cheese to melt. If you just came in my live, welcome. I'm Tamara from Razzle Dazzle Life. If you've never been here before, I'm so happy you're here. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I make some really delicious food. It may not be the healthiest, but it's really good. I'm gonna get you right for the holidays, I'm gonna tell you that much. Yeah. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. Looks good. I could probably eat this off a shoe. I love cheese. I don't know about y'all. Okay. Alrighty, our cheese sauce is nice and melty. Y'all, this is what we want. We want this nice, creamy, cheesy sauce. This is what we want. We're gonna keep it real OG here. We are going to use salt and pepper. That's it. You can use onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, seasoned salt, Cajun seasoning, whatever you want. But today we are using salt and pepper. That's really all you need for delicious mac and cheese. But like I said, do you use whatever you want. If you don't know already, cheese has a high salt content in it. And you have to remember, we use that chicken bouillon when we were boiling our noodles, and that has a high salt content as well, and that added a lot of flavor. So we're gonna add about 2 teaspoons of black pepper and about 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Maybe 1 more, just to be on the safe side, for good measure, because we do want it to have some flavor, all right? Make sure you taste your cheese sauce before you add it to your cheese sauce before you add it to your baking dish. If you want to add some more salt and pepper, now is the time to do it. When you see me taking pictures, I'm taking pictures from my website. My website is razzledazzlelife.com. If you have not already, give it a visit. It's linked in on my channel. That's where I house all my delicious recipes that I make. I do put all of my recipes in the description box, but if you want to catch all the details, just go to my website. I write out lengthy posts to tell you exactly how to make everything. I break it down for you. I give you process shots because some people are visual learners. And on the website, you have the ability to print the recipe because some people like to print it out and have it next to them while they're cooking. So I try to give people different ways to cook, to take that excuse out that you don't know how to cook. Because I think everybody knows how to cook. You just have to give it a try. Cooking is a form of art. There's no right way or wrong way. Just get in the kitchen and do it. Just try. Just try your hand at it. That's all you can do. This is hot. This is hot too. Down a little bit. Alrighty, now we are ready to layer our mac and cheese in our baking dish. Just spray your baking dish with some non-stick cooking spray. This is really important so that your noodles don't stick to your pot. So your noodles don't stick to your baking dish. It helps with serving, it helps with cleanup, all that. Go ahead and layer about half of your macaroni. I use shells here. You can use elbow pasta like I told you. Then you're going to add about half of your remaining cheese right in there like so. Now go ahead and add the other half of your mac, or the other half of your pasta rather. Just add it right over the top. Go ahead and spread it out to get an even layer. Then you are going to pour your cheese sauce right over the top. Okay. I'm gonna move these cameras again, because I want to get this cheese pour. That's good there. And then I'm gonna move this camera over here. So what's crazy is I need to have two cameras set up to try to get the same cheese pour. So I'm gonna pour the cheese this way. So let's see. So what I'm gonna do is set this up over here as well. So one of these cameras is for a YouTube video and one is for my shorts and reels on TikTok and all that other stuff. Instagram, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. I think that's the best angle I'll get. Okay, action. This is the money shot right here, y'all. This cheese pour. Because this cheese, look at it. Get into it. Get into it. Oh, yeah. Hey, Daniel. This is the cheese sauce right here. You missed that one. But yeah, I didn't make a roux today. I mean, I didn't use eggs. I made this delicious cheese sauce. So that's what I'm doing. And I actually just hit record, so let me go for it. So I'm doing the cheese pour right now. Money. This is what makes or breaks a good mac and cheese, y'all. Swear on everything I love. That's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. Your sauce, your cheese sauce is what makes or breaks it. And me personally, I swear by mine. Swear by it. Just go ahead and tuck every little piece of pasta right in there because you don't want any dry pasta. So just tuck it on in there, tuck it on in there. Make sure everything is covered by that delicious sauce. Make sure it's swimming in there. I'm trying to not disturb it too much because you remember we put that layer of cheese in the middle. I just want to make sure that all of the mac is submersed in that delicious cheese, like so. Oof, you really could eat it just like this, but we finna bake it. make it even better. Okay. Message retracted. Hey, Virginia. I know that's the sound everybody waits for. That was a little ASMR because people love that sound for some reason. But anywho, if you've never been here before, I am taking pictures for my website. I have a website, razzledazzlelife.com. That's where I house all of my recipes. This one included. I already have this one up there, Southern Macaroni and Cheese. If you need something delicious to take for the holidays, I swear by this recipe. I've been making it for years. It's certified delicious. It's already up on the website, but I've never posted a video of the recipe, and I don't know why. I just haven't. So it's time that I post it. That's what I'm doing today. Alrighty, so we're gonna sprinkle this layer of cheese and we're gonna put it in the oven. Ugh. I need to get a new phone, y'all. In fact, as soon as I get off this live and as soon as I finish cooking this, I'm getting a new phone. I'm getting a new phone. I feel like iPhone punishes us. Like as soon as they come out with a new phone, they make our old phones F up. Like on purpose. I swear they do. Swear. Because ever since that new phone came out, and this one's paid off, and that's what makes me mad. This phone's paid off. But ever since that new phone came out, this one's been messing up. And that's irritating. It's like they force us to get a new phone. But whatever. So let me delete some of my stuff so I can finish recording this video. So I record all of my short form videos on here, and then I record all of my long form videos on my DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And I might get another Osmo or something to do both. Actually, I might get another Osmo instead of getting another phone, because F iPhone, F Apple, they done piss me off. Because I feel like they're forcing us to buy their products, and that's annoying. Anyway, rant over. Let me finish this video. I know that's not why y'all are here. Sorry about that. Okay. All right, y'all. Now it is time to put our final layer of shredded cheese right over the top. Just go ahead and add. You should have about 2 cups of shredded cheese left over. And that's very important because you want a nice thick layer of shredded cheese on the top of your mac and cheese so that you can have a nice crusty finish once it's done, because I like to broil it for a quick second to get that nice thick crust. And voila, we are ready for the oven. I'm going to cover it with foil, put it in the oven at 350 degrees. camera crooked. Okay. We're frozen again.